Ladies and gentlemen, for our final game in this best of 3 series between TLID versus BEGITRON Esports, who will be able to take this game home? And will BEGITRON still be able to remain up top in the standings, or will this be an opportunity for TLID to climb back up?
Yeah. Once again, it's going to be that 2v2 skirmish there in the mid lane. And Moreno, be a bit careful there. Yehaskiel has a better time there if he doesn't have to stick around and get forced into in the middle of that lantern flare. Along with that, though, you can see Aran immediately looking for angles here, looking for information. In the 1v1, Light versus Witty, I mean, the Kalia has an advantage. Light, though, ooh.
Still able to escape, saving his flicker, but early control goes to TLID as expected. Moreno also having some trouble against the Aurora that we have been talking about as another alternative to beat that juice in early on.
Looking at the emblems right here, though. Oh, hang on a second. Come on. Oh, still able to escape. Wow.
Purify blinks out. Kyoto will get a few good hits on this turret for sure.
Nearly gets taken out. Fabian, though,
Ooh.
not going to commit over just yet. Emma doesn't actually go back.
Wow.
He wants to get that final wave in. We'll be able to get it. Recalling as well. Huge risk, but high reward.
Answer flare, Phantom Execution canceled out. Will use it to jump away.
All right. A lot of skirmishes here. Both teams really want to have that early game advantage, especially for BEGITRON. I think they would require it a bit more. But the carry on the side of Team Liquid ID and the Joy both do really well in the late game. You can say the same thing for the Aurora as well. BEGITRON are the ones who want to find some of these weird skirmishes, having the Chushin and the Cho. But as I was saying earlier, Moreno went to pull yourself together. So he wants a faster cooldowns for his flicker. So look for a lot of mobility plays for that Chushin. And Annabelle, going with the War Cry, gonna have to land a bit more spells to go for to get some of that really good kill pressure. But this is a turtle fight. For the zoning.
Going all in over to Luke, has split, but still, oh my damage! Witty! First blood to TLID. Lantern Flare over to Fabian now is asking for the Phantom Execution. Used up by Annabelle. Looking for the play, but Fabian's too quick with it.
We're going to be able to get out here. We do see Moreno still opening up the map, opening up vision for the team. Ram being brought back in, but I think Annabelle still wants to commit onto this.
Tsunami Slam, Moreno taking down that pickup. Annabelle lure to play, gets the retreat down, just with a puncture in. Now Fabian got his slam and a pass very low. Will it be? Yes, a mount from Mr. Luke. Is it enough to take him down? Light gets away, Fabian. Can he escape? Gets the lethal, gets HP. Luke baited in. Slam, pass, and he gets away. Kyo! It's not enough.
Damage. Not enough damage just yet. Still 3 minutes in. He barely has an item built in just yet. So TLID get the favorable trade in terms of kills, but Annabelle was still able to jump in and get the neutral objective. So that's where the value of the Lancelot comes through in the first few minutes of the game. Still TLID holding on to that gold lead. What do you think about this Lancelot? Okay yet to be utilized or still conditional?
I mean, I think we saw a good thing coming from Annabelle. The mobility we were talking about definitely is there, but it's just a higher skill ceiling for sure. I mean, you have to land a lot of those spells. It's not really as simple as the other heroes that has been in the meta so far. Might take a bit of getting used to, but the fact that BEGITRON were able to get that neutral objective is kind of great, but Team Liquid ID has also set the tone here for those neutral objective takes, because they just want to control, they want to force you to respect their presence there, and when you least expect it, Witty will come in with that Kalea. So that is the pattern I think the Team Liquid ID are going to be trying to replicate in the next neutral objectives. BEGITRON are the ones who have to try and get problem solving, especially because Moreno isn't going on the Purify. He was actually taken out really easily earlier because he's on that flicker.
Actually, yeah. That's interesting, right? Doesn't go for Purify, goes for Flicker instead. I guess it makes sense, right? You mentioned about the difference in emblem choices coming from Moreno. I think he's looking for a more active game style, more aggro, more forward. Very interesting choice, but it is going to allow TLID to utilize that to their advantage, especially now we can see both teams are kind of rotating for this next neutral objective. Both junglers are at level 7. No, actually, Animal's at 8. He's ahead of Fabian right now.
Uh-oh, Kyo in the bottom lane. Will save the Purify. Good move there. Doesn't get baited out to utilize the Purify.
Immediately, Bigetron trying to get some more as Aran trying to find a window to start the zoning process, trying to find Annabelle. But oh, look at that! So nice slam!
Again over to Moreno, still able to flicker out though. Frigid Glacier wasted, SOD lands on all in. Annabelle, Phantom Execution, dealing damage. Witty caught in the Lancer Flare, taken down by Luke, who mounted him.
That's one member down, ladies and gentlemen, for this neutral objective take. It should be BTR picking this up. Look at the zoning coming in from Luke.
Split, flicker used up already. Slam, pass, yes, Kilo, Lancer Flare. Pride of Ice already down. Moreno still wants to go, dodges away and takes him out.
And in the process, Moreno is still alive and breathing. Neutral objective taken. Wait a second.
Way the dragon from Light into the spears of Iman.
2-0 trade there, ladies and gentlemen, for BTR plus the neutral objective take. Still so worth it for the Red Robots as they pick this game up and put it into their own hands.
That was a bit disrespectful for Team Liquid, man. After being on the back foot, they just stuck around right there when Light was just there on the show, immediately getting that takeoff, dude. That was some really quick mechanical play. So, it's gonna be a bit of a showdown here between Witty and Light, and the Cho just has so many more angles to approach from. It's so much more annoying to deal with compared to the Kalea.
And all in over to Luke. Frigid Glacier, everything used on Luke, still able to survive with the split. Purify used, Fabian jumps in but does no damage yet. Annabelle, a level 2 levels ahead of Fabian.
Interesting, because when we're talking about the Lancelot versus the Joy, we thought that Annabelle would have a tougher time when it comes down to jungle clearing. Why is it that Annabelle is ahead in levels?
He got that early lead. It's the early lead. He has 2 assists as well. I mean, Fabian has it as well, but he got taken out, right? So now Annabelle, the thing is he's able to clear out. I think he's not clearing faster by all means, but he's getting more opportunities to go for some of these camps. Whereas look at Fabian, he's doing other stuff. Clearing the lanes, pressuring the other heroes on the side lanes. So that's why Annabelle can kind of farm more efficiently as of right now. With 9 seconds to go though, Team Liquid ID already have the setup on the top side earlier than Bigetron.
Okay, rotations coming through from TLID though, looking for that turret in the top lane. I believe BTR would want to look for a mirror play. We can see the setup coming through from Iman and Annabelle on the neutral objective. No contest whatsoever by TLID. That's 3 turtles given over to BTR, a perfect turtle for the Red Robots.
The early game we were talking about, especially with Moreno on the Sushin, doing so much better. I mean, you saw it earlier. Even on a sliver of HP, he is still willing to stand there and just lantern flare you down. So, Bigetron making great use of the early game advantage. They can't let go of it though, especially with Team Liquid ID having a solid late game marksman in that carry. They want to make sure that they now use this advantage to try and do something else. Contest the buffs, you know, cut off the wave, cut off the lane, and zone out kill. Try and make sure that in the late game, he just won't be as relevant as Iman here. But he's a game fact by our new application, Kope.
This marks Lancelot's debut in MPL ID Season 15 after last being used by Hazel in MPL ID Season 14 when they were able to take down RBL, I believe.
Yep, RBL. It's been a while since we've seen the Lancelot. With the nerfs that we saw to some of the heroes in the previous patch, me and KB, we went upstage and we did say, you know, maybe this becomes an angle where we can see Ling and Lancelot to come up again. We did see a Ling, now we finally get to see a Lancelot back in action. 1,000 gold ahead of Fabian, still steady 2 levels ahead.
Now Wow was maybe hoping for the Amon next.
No, well, I'm sorry.
He
sorry.
can't stop talking about it in the back rooms.
I was saying, what's the win condition? Get Amon, bro. If we get Amon, then everything's G.
Man's a troll, man.
It's a troll. Look at this though. Marksman Trinity completed already. Light going for Aran. Gets stopped in his tracks though. 20 seconds to go. Look at Fabian. Signature Fabian move. Sitting in the back line. That was kind of interesting.
Wait, is that turret gonna fall? Okay. It's still gonna be cleared out, but BTR need to look after housekeeping. But so does TLID in the bottom lane. It looks like that tower
Might fall.
is on a sliver of health. Gets taken down. And that's another advantage that BTR can utilize as they center around the next neutral objective, the Lord. Now, Annabelle level 14. Fabian is still 2 levels below. What's the plan of action here for TLID?
You have to try and be aggressive and find a moment earlier than Bigetron, because the longer they wait, the more Eman can split push, and the longer they wait, the more Light has a chance to engage as well. So they have to try and find a moment where they have some control, and whoever and whatever they see, make a move on it. And that next move is the Lord, it seems like. But no, hang on a second, they're not really sure they want to go for it yet.
Yeah, they know that TLID can't really, burst it down, so Moscov's just gonna go have free waves. They have to make a decision. This is gonna be a base turret take if they don't.
The turret base passive is already used up on the top side there. And they have sent Fabian back. It is though.
And an all-in over. Luke gonna be caught. Split, and he gets away. SOD doesn't land though. Now he's gonna be Light jumping in, unable to get the way to Dragon early. That's Purify. Still saved by Kill. Mounted on. Winnie gonna be taken very low. Taken down. They hit Luke while he was mounted up. Should be a 1-for-1. Luke taken down by Kill.
1-for-1 trade. Another man falls. Aran gets taken out as well. Light played that so well. Fabian was supposed to be able to trade him back, but he used the Way of Dragon to go away. Here now, though, Moreno's in trouble.
Winter Crown getting him out. Oh, great timing on the freeze.
Wow. BEGITRON had the man advantage there technically, and they just weren't respecting, again, Team Liquid ID's ability to get in there. I think Moreno thought that with the Winter Crown, he was going to be able to try and find something, some kind of bait, but now it's back to a precarious situation for BEGITRON.
Can Annabelle steal?
Annabelle walks up! Retribution from Annabelle! To save the day for BTR.
Big moment by Annabelle. Debut Lancelot here at MPL ID Season 15, and he used it to turn this around. TLID now on the back foot. No neutral objective taken. Towers fallen down by like flies by Iman in the side lanes as BTR take control in minute number 12.
I mean, they have it on the back foot, but that one might be too far, man. Replay here by the official tournament smartphone, the Samsung Galaxy A36 5G. Oh. Quick, clean, and simple, man. Pattern execution, Thorn Rose, and it's out of Team Liquid ID's hands. Fabian a level down there. It makes sense, but it's just so painful to watch it happen. And now with the Lord, BEGITRON, what's the move here? Going for the mid tower at first, looking for a chance to go on the top side still.
Oh, look at the piercing damage from Iman. Over to the turret now. Kyo has already used the ultimate. Iman gonna be taken very low. Oh my god, that's Kyo! Gets a fadeaway shot, and now BTR set running back to base.
That was huge. Huge. No Iman, no siege. And they're going to be able to defend this despite the Lord take by Annabelle earlier on. That one move alone by Kyo. No inhibitor turrets taken down. We're back to where we were around 5 minutes ago for both these teams.
The gold swing went down by about 2,000, it seems like, before and after. They were at like 4.5K gold lead after the Lord. And now they're only 2K, and it's still shrinking with the turrets falling down. Also, if you look at the gold, by the way, with that chain of events, Kyo is now the highest gold in the game, even above Iman himself. That is not how you wanted the game to go, dude. They didn't even get the base turret, man. Iman just completely underestimated the amount of damage he was going to take.
He is at 4 items right now. Wind of Nature built in. Technically, there's no layer of defense by Iman in response towards it. He went for a little bit more range instead with the Malefic Gun, so expect him to go for something different, I think, for his final item, because it's going to be very important.
I feel BEGITRON right now has to be even more careful, because as the game has progressed, as the gold lead has shrunk down to 1K, now Team Liquid ID have access to more items, more damage. If Luke tried to do the same thing he did earlier, right, and out-sustain the initial burst down, he might not make it this time.
But I still think BTR have a lot more tools to work with, right?
Yeah.
They have the Lancelot, who can pressure the side lanes. They still have Iman for the global pressure. It's TLID that has to think about this better. They need to set up for it better, because they don't have as much tools as BEGITRON.
But now they can force better, though. On the off chance they really need to force a fight, like earlier with the Frigid Glacier, with the Tsunami Slam. Whoever they pick now is definitely going down with the late game full build carry and these penetration items coming in, and they're going for it immediately, trying to burst it down.
They got Luke already changed CC'd. Immortality gonna be taken down now as Light jumps in, but he's not able to find anyone. Now Annabelle jumping in into the midst of it all, going to become what? How did he do that? How did he steal that? Moreno taken down, Iman in the base. They're desperately trying to recall. Iman is looking for the end game. Fabian jumping in, 1v1 against Iman, taken very low. TLID sent running to their own base, and Anaval gets Aran.
What is this performance on the Lancelot? Back-to-back Lord Steel. This time Fabian was the same level. No particular advantage aside from the kit installed into Anavel. The fact that he was able to pick up another member, Aran now. This is BTR pushing. The Lord gets taken down.
Tsunami slam in the Frenzy Glacier. Luke, even with the split, unable to defend, unable to stay alive. A base turret taken up top. BTR, despite their losses, have gone a far lane base turret.
And that's good enough at this point, right? It's good enough. The Lord should spawn in the bottom side of the map, so that's another thing that they can utilize. Man, TLID, BTR, game number 3. Both of them are not willing to go down without a fight.
That was a crazy performance there from Anavel. It just shouldn't have happened. Team Liquid ID were the ones who already got a moment, but I guess the fact that Eman was pushing was enough to kind of give him a bit of hesitation, a bit of urgency. And in the midst of all that chaos, Anavel comes through once again. And the mobility that we've highlighted, once again, just came in so handy. He was able to get in, get out. And with the pressure, now BEGITRON, with the topside base turret, they have so many angles they can kind of play around with right now.
And Anavel on this Lancelot is going for a damage build.
Yep.
Right?
Full
BOD,
damage.
Hunter Strike, War Axe, Endless Battle, plus the Malefic Roar. So it's not the utility Lancelot that we were used to. Tanks a lot. There you go.
It was, I think,
Tanks-a-lot.
quite a long time. When was the last time we saw Tanks a lot? I think it was 2023, MSC, probably. Then after that, it got nerfed to the ground. So yeah, no tank build. It should just be the full damage.
All right, now with 50 seconds to go, I think Team Liquid ID has shown that in the pickoff game, they just have too much burst damage, so BEGITRON can't overstep at all. In fact, I feel like Luke might want to be pathing towards a Winter Crown or something of that nature, because the tankiness won't matter at this point. It's max HP true damage coming through from Kyo, and it's Divine Glaive completed for both Fabian and Yehezkiel. So BEGITRON, all they have to do is make sure they have some of the control on the top side, and as long as they have that, then Team Liquid ID can't really force them and rush them into a scenario like earlier, where they're the ones kind of shredding down, bursting down the Lord.
Yeah, you can see that actually be emphasized by TLID here. A lot more members on the top side of the map. They need to go for a clear before they go for a commit onto the Lord. Slow push built in the top side. Is this the answer? Are they going to blitz it?
They gotta try to. They have to commit into something because that bar lane is a forced error.
Anavel, though, is already in position to look for a steal. He doesn't want to show himself too early in the crossfires. He's very squishy. Fabian finds him. Anavel resets. TLID go for yet another push into the Lord. Woody's looking for an opportunity as well.
Oh, Luke, slam, pass, able to find Kyo, now pops in split as well. Already using ultimate, Luke has immortality to dive into the back with the nature already used by Kyo. Yes, Kyo with the flicker out now. It's a 1v1 in the retreat battle! Oh! Again wins it out! He doesn't lose these battles! Kyo surviving, Moreno with the flicker, SOD! From Eman and Anavel! Eman together, this duo have wiped Liquid out!
18-minute mark, ladies and gentlemen, BTR and their duo EA, Anavel and Eman, they've won the series.
Just like that, dude. It only took them 3 retreats.